Yes, I traveled to the United Arab Emirates so I could hustle and shoot myself to limelight for the sake of my music. You know, all I want to see is just to actualize my dream because everything in my life is tied towards this dream. I've never believed that anything good could come out of this country and you're not seeing the fruit of your labor. But that was my greatest mistake ever, and I regretted it till tomorrow. Going to the outside country to farm, a cucumber farm. The job is too tedious for us to do. They said he got provoked. I said, Nigeria have money. Why are you people coming here to useless yourselves? Go back to your country. If you know you can't work, you go back to your country. Your leaders have money, they come here, they live lavish life. But I now made up my mind that I'm coming back to Nigeria. I came back to Nigeria. That my decision to come back to Nigeria, to be honest with you, my brother, is to scam people and return back to Dubai. But due to I'm not a crime-oriented person, as soon as I touched down Murtala Mohammed's airport, I had a change of mind. It's like a spirit told me that do away with whatsoever you came back with, and start all over again.
Mr. Henry Bright gathered the sum of 1.6 million naira and traveled outside Nigeria in search of a better life and to promote his music, but it ended in a huge disappointment for him. Not only did things get really terrible for him, he almost could not return to Nigeria, having spent all he traveled with to the United Arab Emirates. The 37-year-old father of two ended up in a cucumber farmland and had to work there for survival as things had become extremely bad. My name is Damilare Okola and you're watching another episode of my migration story series on Legit TV. Where did you travel to and when was that?
Okay, yes, I traveled to the United Arab Emirates, which is Dubai. So that was in 2019. I traveled outside the country for the sake of my music, so I could hustle and shoot myself to limelight. Because before I traveled, I've never believed in Nigeria. I've never believed that anything good could come out of this country because it's all about hustling and you're not seeing the fruit of your labor. So I said, okay, let me try and see what is obtainable for me outside there. But that was my greatest mistake ever, and I regretted it till tomorrow. The day that evening, I boarded the flight. So,
Do you remember the date?
that was on the 15th of September 2019. Yes. That afternoon, thereabout, when the flight took off, that was my first time of witnessing what success is all about. I tested it. So, plane landed at Sharjah Airport. Then I took a taxi to Ajman, where my friend happens to, reside. So he's the one that will accommodate me. So I got to Dubai. I got to Sharjah. Then the next day, I boarded my taxi to Ajman. Then the next day, I commenced searching for job. Could you imagine that I submitted about 1,500 and something CVs, but I didn't get a flash, not a missed call, not a call.
Oh, what job
Okay.
positions?
Yes, I submitted my CVs in hotels, and companies also. I was combing the streets of Dubai. I went to Sharjah, Ajman. Then that was after like 2 months. I didn't get anything. So that was when I now hit the street, because at that point my account has started running low. Because in Dubai, if you are not working, that's if you are not earning, you are spending, and when you, and you are spending so fast. So if you don't take time, you run out of cash. So I hit the streets, under the sun, and this sun is like 4 times hotter than the sun of Nigeria. So I discovered that I couldn't, take that heat alone. So I had to contact the help of agents, and those agents are mostly Nigerians. So that's what they lived on, and you can see them scamming Nigerians just to survive. So I don't know, I don't want to mention his name, but he happens to be an Igbo guy like me also. That he came and he said that there's a job at Al Ain. Al Ain is another city in the United Arab Emirates. So, and the distance is like from Lagos to Ibadan. So it's not like you are, going to see what's happening, then coming back. No, you are, moving away. You are moving with your luggages and everything. So I moved. So when I got to where he said I should wait for him, I saw other guys, like 5 of us. So that was when we now bought a taxi to Al Ain. He said it's a company, but we have already passed where people are living. We are now heading into the desert. So we became jittery, and we started questioning the guy that where is he taking us to? He said, guys, make una calm down. Make una calm down. You understand? I said, I'll go calm down now. But there's nothing you could do. It's just for you to be calm and see, what's up. So when we got there, we now saw a farm, a cucumber farm. Going to the outside country to farm, I wasn't really comfortable with it. But he said the Abab, he has spoken with him. He said he would renew our visas and all that. So 3 of the guys left. It means me and the other guy. But one thing, I called the guy that was harboring me. He told me that, oh boy, as you come out, so your coming back is not assured here. So anything, it's an outside country now, anything where you see, make you face am. You understand? So at that point, I was left with no choice than to accept. So we went for the job. We saw the guy. The guy now promised us he will renew our visa. The local there. We said okay. We started job. So we now went to the farm. It was during the harvesting period.
What was the job?
It's a cucumber farm.
So what did they propose to pay you? I mean, what's the pay like?
Yes, they said they're going to pay us 23 dirham, but it's about 23,000 naira. 23 dirham, yes. But initially,
Per month or
per month, no, that is per week, But the guy that took us there said 100,000. That is 100 dirham, But when the local was speaking to us, he said 23. Because we had no choice, we just want to survive. I hadn't worked. I've not been able to secure a job for like 2 months, and so I was desperate to have one. And I said, okay, no problem. So they took us to the farm. We were about 2 Nigerians out of 53 Arab guys. We are the only Nigerians. We were the only Nigerians there. So you could see discrimination, you could see threats and everything. And all that, we all compose ourselves. I said, guy, what we go do? We go job, you understand? So they took us to a warehouse. That warehouse, It's like a dumping ground where they left so many things for years. Like you see an industrial rug, see condemned TVs, condemned fridge and all that. So it was on a Friday, so they now said since we are not Christians, that we should go and evacuate everything there. Those who are Muslims should go for prayers. So we told them that the job is too tedious for us to do, that they should just wait. When the rest, yes, then they will join us. They said, okay, it seems we are not ready for work. They called the Abab, and the Abab came, and he issued us our passport, because then he will collect our passports, because that's the passport they will use in renewing our visas. When he came, he gave us our passport back, and we started pleading, that the job is too tedious for us to do. They said he got provoked, and he said, Nigeria have money. Why are you people coming here to useless yourselves? Go back to your country. If you know you can't work, you go back to your country.
So you said Nigeria has money.
Yes. He said your Nigeria have money, your leaders have money, they come here, they live lavish life, they buy, they ride expensive cars. So why people coming here to, if you know you can't work, you go back to your country? So we had no choice, like I said. So we accepted. And after the whole pleading, he accepted us back, and we'll continue working. So little did we know that they used us for labor. You understand? It wasn't as if they wanted to employ us. It was during harvesting period. So they needed labor to harvest. That's what they do. There's no job anywhere in Dubai. I'm sorry to say this. There's no job anywhere. Anybody that tells you there's a job, there's no job anywhere in Dubai. The only thing that is there is that maybe there's a job for foreigners, those who are not blacks. But if you are a black, I am not sure there's a job for you. So that was it. They were not asking them, where are we going to sleep? Because the whole place had been occupied. They took us to an abandoned container. They said we should evacuate everything there. We evacuated, we swept everything, and we tied up everywhere. So at night, we were sleeping, and we had a knock on our door. We opened the door. They said that we should leave the container. We should leave the place. I said, okay, where are we going to stay? You guys are the ones that told us to sleep, to take care of this place and sleep. So why are you not chasing us away? They said that's the order. So my guy wanted to fight them, and these guys are like about 12 of them. I said, oh boy, this is not foreign. I don't want to die for you. You understand? I don't want to die for you. You go do gra now. These guys more do for you. They just put you anywhere. I beg, you need to calm down. So we now moved away. They slept there, and we now went to put other place in place for us to sleep. So that was how I was just moving from one disappointment to the other. At that point, I stopped making video calls because my mom was on my neck. Son, I want to see your face. I said, Mom, if you see my face, you go cry. If you see my face, you go cry. At that point, tears started rolling down my cheek. I said, how am I going to do this? It's like I was trapped. Nobody told me. All in the name of survivor, but this thing is taking me like it's taking me like 7 years back from the struggles I have been to. This is just the height of it. So we managed, and after the whole harvesting of the cucumber, the guy now came and gave us our passport back. That he discovered that we are not ready to work.
You had finished harvesting.
We had finished harvesting everything. He gave us 23 dirham. That was for just 1 week. For just 1 week, he gave us the money that we should go. Now I now called the agent that took us there. I said, this is what is happening. He said we should wait. I will talk to the guy. We should wait. He would talk to the guy. We spent about 2 weeks. His phone was not reachable. That was how everything, all the foodstuff we bought, our money, everything lavished. So we were now living on bread and water
How long?
for complete 2 weeks.
You were taking just bread and water.
Bread and water.
Every
And
day.
bread, yes. And that bread is not like our own bread here. That bread, I know, do you know kilishi?
Yes.
You know kilishi. That bread is like kilishi. When you draw it, it's very tough. For like, if you eat that bread for 1 week, you won't visit the toilet. So that's how that bread, that's how bad the situation was. So we had no choice but I was calling and calling for the guy to come to our rescue. So I now called the person that harbored me. He went to his house and told him that you can't abandon these guys over here. So because of that, he now called that he's coming. So it took him 3 days later before he came. He took us back. He came and took us back. Now, I've already paid 100 rand, that's about 100,000 for the agency fee to secure that job. Where's my money? He said, oh boy, all this transportation and everything, even the local way given a job, himself collect inside the money. So there is no money anywhere. I say, yes, I don't enter this one. So all I was doing was just for me to go back. I got back. The guy that harbored me back to Ajman. Ajman, yes. So the guy that harbored me now contacted his company, because his company has already written that there should no, any visitor should not be allowed in the vicinity. So I pleaded with him. He has to go and rewrite and plead with them back for them to just give me 1 week extra. So that 1 week now I was under pressure. I just needed to get something doing. A call came and they said there is another job close to Al-Ain, but not that desert any longer. So I said, what's the nature of this one? They say it's a cleaning job. I said, okay, no problem, I will do it. How much are they going to pay? They said about 120 dirham, converted to Nigeria is 120,000. So I said, okay. I picked my bags the next day and I hit the road. So on getting there, I met the woman, an Arab woman. So she was the one. It's just an uncompleted building, So they just finished completing it. I think it was meant to be a university. So they just finished building it, and they needed cleaners to move away the debris and everything. So we bargained with her, and she told us that this is the amount that she's going to pay us. We started a job. We are working. After like 3 weeks, we discovered that her number wasn't going through, because she will come like in a week. She will come like once in a week, then go, give us tips for us to get food and all that. So it was not it was the 1 week to complete the 1 month. We completed the job. We were about 23 Nigerians, 23 Nigerians and 2 Ghanaians and 2 Ethiopians, So we finished the work and we started calling her. Her number was not reachable. So that night we said, okay, we sleep now. The next day, we'll go try her number again. Could you believe that same night the securities came and drove everybody out? It was around after 10 in the night. They said our contract with the woman has expired, that we don't have any right to be in that vicinity any longer. We moved our things. They pushed us, with the security. They escorted us out to the open space. Now at that point, everybody was just on the lookout, because if the police get you, I don't know what will become of you. So we started calling her. We are calling her. Number wasn't reachable. But I don't know how she got the information. She sent 2 Hilux bus for us that night. They came and they took us to an uncompleted building. And brother, an uncompleted building that doesn't have light, no water. The whole place was just messed up. And I was like, I called my guys and I said, are we still in Dubai? I've been in Nigeria, we still there. You know, everybody was just looking wretched and haggard. I remembered one guy, John. John has been living on bread for complete 3 weeks. He was a computer operator he was a phone operator at Computer Village before he left. You could see this guy remains small, maybe skeleton. You know. So, but most of them have overstayed. But to go back is the problem. That, oh boy, what's now go back, go do? Upon all the whole money I don't spend. You understand? So, at that point I started thinking about my life. What am I going to do? What am I going to do now? So, and when we are interacting, so we started devising another strategy of survival. But I now made up my mind that I'm coming back to Nigeria. I came back to Nigeria. That my decision to come back to Nigeria, to be honest with you, my brother, is to scam people and return back to Dubai. To be candid with you, because I saw it's very easy to to cut corners. So you'll be surprised that the person you think a good person that traveled out comes back and becomes a changed person. Don't blame that person. Now waiting and see for that side. I came back. I said, okay, this is it, because I had several people asking me, brother, how we gonna do this now, brother? You don't chop life now. You know what? I said, Mokuna, calm down. This is how. So I came back to scam people in order to raise funds to travel back. But due to I'm not a crime-oriented person, as soon as I touched down Murtala Mohammed's airport, I had a change of mind. It's like a spirit told me that do away with whatsoever you came back with, and start all over again. It was a very painful decision, because it's like you are starting from square zero, not square one, square zero, from nowhere. You're starting all over again. But something that gave me courage and happiness, and I started appreciating Nigeria, was that the first day I came back, the next day I've already started applying for jobs. So the first 3 jobs that I applied, I got a call. Just 2 days that I came back.
So it's easier to get a job in Nigeria than to get a job outside?
Yes. Abroad, if you have your connections, but you don't know who is saying the truth. You don't know. In Nigeria, though, there is this belief that if you don't know someone, you can never get a job. But there is this feeling of, this is my country. Now my home be this. There in Dubai, but all man for himself. You dey broke self, you dey hungry, nobody go send you. But here, there is love. You can say, bro, I beg, make I get like 5K. When you tell maybe like 5 people, 2 go answer you. You understand? And there is this belief that when you are outside the country, even if you are stranded, nobody's going to raise money for you from Nigeria here. But if you are in Nigeria, at all, you understand, you got to get. So I went for interview, and they said I should start the next week. I started a job, though, it wasn't easy. I had to start running around for transportations and all that. So, but Uh, I just thank God for my wife. You know, she has been she has been so supporting. She's the one running the family. You know, and she's not complaining, but the stress and the burden is telling on her. So I don't know, man. I've been trying all my possible best, and because I don't want to steal, I don't want to indulge in, you know, uh, internet, scam. I just wanna live a clean life and make my money clean.
Okay, you said you came. You, I mean, how many months or weeks did you spend in Dubai?
I spent 6 months.
6 months. So the
Yes.
last part, how did you manage to raise funds to return to Nigeria?
Thank you, my brother. I love that question. I called my dad. He said, "Shebi, I tell you, say me you no go, but you stubbornly went." I said, "Well, this is not the time to start laying blames." Though he supported me, but he said he has already seen that there's no way there. But he said he supported. So me no be like say you go there now go make am, you can't be say support me. So that was why he gave me that little support. But I called him and said this is what is happening. I needed money to renew because that was what really made me to come back. My visa was running, so I had to look for money to renew it. But it wasn't forthcoming. He said he's not going. He doesn't have money. I called my mom. My mom pleaded. I called my brothers. They said there's no money anywhere. So I said, okay. I now devised a strategy. I said, I have gotten part of this money. So I needed a certain amount to complete it to renew my visa. So they sent 70,000 naira for me. That 70,000 naira was what I used in coming back.
How did you use 70,000 to come back?
I already booked my flight. You understand? With the little stipends I was getting, after I left that cleaning job that the woman didn't pay, there was another construction site again. I went there, hustled, and they were giving us, daily pay. They were giving us daily pay. So, and it lasted for 2 weeks. I was just unfortunate to get them at that particular time because they have been employing people, but information, if you no get, So I got that information very late, and at that point they were already rounding up. So, but that was the only job I did in Dubai that paid me about 12,000 naira, 12,000 dirham. 12, yes, 12 dirham, if I'm not mistaken. So when you convert it to Nigeria, it's about 12,000 naira, So
12 dirham per day or for the 2 weeks?
no, for every day, 12 dirham per day, every day, yeah, per day.
12,000 naira.
Yes,
for 2
yeah, for 2 weeks, So I now use that money with the other ones I was able to get, and I took a airpiece, back to Nigeria. So the money that they sent for me, the 70,000, what I didn't. What really gave me a soft landing was I didn't, do away with my accommodation. I didn't do away with it then. Because my wife, we have not really, she was away from me for some time, So, but after I came back, I had to start from where I stopped.
So now that you're back, so since you came back in 2019 or in 2020, when did you come back?
I came back
Actually,
2020. Yes, I came back 2020. Yes.
Now that when you go back to Nigeria, you said you got jobs and you started working, but what kind of jobs?
Yes, a driving job. I told you I was into mobility before, so it was easy for me to get a driving job. So I was shuttling from. I was staying at the island, squatting, sometimes sleeping on the bare floor, because I stayed there for like 2 weeks. Then I come back, to my family and all that. So it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy for me to cope.
Talk about your music. You wanted to promote, you wanted to blow, so to say, with your music. That was why you traveled to Dubai. What happened to the music?
Okay, back to the music. I've been into the music game for ages. I started professional music since 2005. You know, since since that time, I shot my video. I have a video, song produced by TY Mix. And I shot that video in 2010. So, and I have some songs to back up. I tried all my possible best to, break through the music thing, but I discovered that, there's so many shady people into the game. People that these are not outsiders. They are still insiders, DJs, radio presenters and all that. So, but you find out that when you part with your money, they will not give you what you want. So at that point now, I struggled for so many years, and it was, I was becoming demented about it, because all I want to see is just to actualize my dream, because everything in my life is tied towards this dream. That was what really moved me to travel out, But it happens that she didn't work out the way I planned it, But I'm still in the game, and I'm still hopeful that.
So you're still doing music, or you're hopeful that one day you still do well with the music, is that?
Yes, definitely. I'm still very, very much alive in the music.
When last did you write a song?
That was 2 days ago.
What's the song?
The song is about, um, you know, that I give money to the poor like I'm rent money. Mm? You know, just like you have money, but you don't keep it to yourself. You live for others. You understand? I can do a little freestyle for you if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. Hey, yo, man, still fresh from the over young blood to the bone. It's a boy, H to the double C, aka 7 days, yo. I give money to the poor like I'm rent money. Make dollar pence stand like it's dream money. Living an expensive life like I'm money. How the hell I go broke cause I grow money? Yeah. Hey, yo, man, watch out for me. God bless you all.
But do you still really want to rap and become a rap artist?
Yeah, definitely. She is still in me, you know. She is still in me. I hope that, I'm very, very hopeful that, when I get anything, anybody that, piques interest in me, I'll really show myself.
When you went to Dubai, when you first got there, what was the first thing your wife told you? What was the first thing you told her then? You said you were not so together then, but at least at the time, you guys were still possibly communicating, yeah? So what were the things you told her at the time?
Okay.
Yeah, don't land though, money they come soon.
Though we were still dating then, we were still dating. We hadn't really formalized our union.
Right. So your babe then, so to say.
Yes. So I told her that she should just calm down. That when I get there, just like the normal thing anybody does, when I come back, I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna, formalize our union and everything. But coming back and it's just like you wasted your time, you wasted your money, wasted effort and everything, and now you're putting burden on me and all that. So it's just so unfortunate, man.
What did she say when you go back? Or when you called her that you were coming back without anything?
Initially, at the first time when I left Dubai, when I was about going, she wasn't happy, she wasn't in support. They would like tell you that when you go there now, you go see another woman you know. So it's just like she's having that mixed feelings, like I'm happy you are back, I'm not happy you are back, because you didn't come back
With the
with
goodies.
yes, but there's no problem. We can still start off from somewhere, so ever since then I've been I've been running up and down, man, and she has been so supportive. I don't know, man. I just pray that if help comes from anywhere, and I just want to release the burden of her. I have a 7-year-old boy and a 4-month-old baby also. And so being the only one running the family is not funny. It's
Right.
not funny. It's
Okay,
not
tell
funny.
us about your academics. Did you go to school? And
Yeah, I dropped. I intended. I I got admission into OAU, though a part-time program, but I dropped the first year because yes, uh, all through my life has been filled with struggles. I'm a child of circumstances, uh, that's which my dad till today, still apologize that I'm sorry I couldn't give you the best, he tried his best, but we are 5 in the family and happened to be the first son. So, that burden, that, I wanted to be the breadwinner in my family. I wanted to be the one to break the yoke of poverty in my family. But, when you try your best and I don't just know what is stopping, whether, the people from the village or is God or is devil, you don't just know but you are putting in your best, but nothing is working. Nothing is working. So I have to put it on hold to, hustle and all through the hustle and all that. So that was when I now say, okay, instead of all this hustle in Nigeria, and it took me 3 years to raise that fund.
how much did you raise to travel?
That's 1.6.
You spent 1.6 million.
Yes. 1.6 for 3 years, with hunger. Some days I won't eat just because I want to raise money abroad, and the mistake people do, of which I want to advise against, is selling your properties because you want to travel. You don't sell your properties. That's the greatest mistake you do. Just keep your properties, so that just go there, just like a test run. I want to go and see what is happening. If you succeed, fine. But if you don't, so that you can have something to, yeah, exactly.